What's up, you guys? It's Matt here. So I can't tell you how many times I've been reached out to over the last 2 years about Drip Network. I've seen videos where people were gaining so much money out of this, and they were gaining a daily amount. And they were like, hey, you should review this. Now, I have my skepticism about it, and I still always will have some form of skepticism. I have skepticism about every project that I invest into because you always need to see the positives and the negatives of every position, everything that you invest into. Understand that every investment, no matter what it is still a gamble. So still be skeptical no matter what the investment is. But it was always interesting, right? Because I and everybody else want to be paid a certain percentage, every day or every year. That's why I stake with CRO. That's why I stake with Cosmos and, all of that. I'm trying to gain something more over the next year, over the next 2 years, over however long the process is. People love staking, but this is a different concept to where you have, a drip. Basically, you're receiving a little bit of money or a little bit of coins, right? In the form of that project, right? You're receiving a little bit, 1% daily, and that's why you call it a drip. You're receiving that drip every single day, right? So anyways, this video is going to be about PulseDrip, not about drip. This is PulseDrip, which is on the Pulse Chain blockchain. So it's different, right? And it's not necessarily like when you look at drip, you're probably like, oh, well, you know what? People gained a lot with that. They have gained a lot with it. I don't know where it currently stands like right now. But I know it's still out there. I know it's still alive 2+ years later, which makes me think that this is a concept that could survive. It just needs the right balance, I would say. Right. And I think once you find the right balance, then you could figure out the full length of life that it could have. Now, PulseDrip reached out to me for this review just to kind of be transparent. They reached out to me to go over what they do have here, and I decided that I would do it. Now, this is a paid review. This is not a promotion. I'm not telling you to buy this position. I'm, just talking about all of the things that they do have here, and then also providing my opinion, right? Whether I say that it is something that holds an opportunity, or I close the door and say that I completely have a dismissal of the project, it doesn't mean that it should be the same way for you. I think if it fits your strategy a lot more, if it fits your interest a lot more, then go with it. I'm not going to tell you not to purchase something. I'm going to tell you what I'm doing, what my opinions are, but my opinions are not everything. I'm not God. I am not the almighty decision maker in any of your wallets, any of your bank accounts. Please make the decision that's best for you, and don't invest everything. Don't invest things that you aren't afford or can't afford to lose, So anyways, let's talk about this, right? What is PulseDrip? So here's an introduction. Get ready to meet your new compound interest account on the Pulse Chain blockchain. So welcome to PulseDrip, a compound interest account that is paying 1% daily in PulseDrip to its investors. Basically, they wanted to introduce this, right? We're here to introduce a fresh and exciting concept that is going to shake up things. Pulse Chain is a super fast open source blockchain that has been eagerly awaiting for projects just like ours. And we're here to deliver the goods. Our awesome community, our early footsteps into the space give us a real edge. We genuinely believe our project is an absolute game changer. We didn't just copy and paste from some other project. Nope. We've whipped up a whole new code base for this baby. So now we're basically getting into it. I mean, if you're looking for a certain percentage, you could possibly see that with this. I mean, 1% daily, as you are seeing with PulseDrip. Just to give you an understanding, this was launched, what was it, about 2 months ago? And I will go through kind of the chart and what it does look like, but they did see a massive return right from the start. And definitely some stability above that overall starting point, which is a fantastic level to be at, right? Because you're well above where the original starting price was. We'll definitely go into that. But what is it? So we have all these different quick links where we go into the faucet, the garden, Aquablaze, teams, PDrip tokenomics, anti-whale mechanisms, right? Official links. So if we go in here and we start with the faucet, right? That's where you kind of think about it and you're like drip faucet. That kind of lines together. So PDrip faucet, a set of smart contracts that dish out 1% daily returns for 365 days of PDrip tokens you stake here. It's like an account where you can earn daily rewards on your staked PDrip. We've got 5,000 faucet accounts up for grabs, and you can open one by depositing 10 PDrip into PDrip tokens at the start. Once you've opened your faucet account and you stake your PDrip tokens, they are locked in for good. But don't worry, because from that moment on, your faucet will churn out 1% daily, 1% returns daily, up to an amazing 365% in total. Each faucet can generate up to 36,500 PDrip tokens before it runs dry. If you want to boost your daily returns even more, you can compound your earnings and add up to 10K PDrip tokens to your faucet. But remember, once you hit the maximum payout, you can't add any more tokens, which means your faucet has gone dry and you will need to open a new faucet. When you make claims and withdraw your PDrip tokens, the locked amount in your faucet decrease accordingly. Want more faucets? No problem. There's no limit to how many faucets you can have per wallet. And if you're feeling adventurous, you can even sell your accounts to on the marketplace, getting back what you invested and cashing out. The buyer will then enjoy your faucet and its daily returns. With only 5,000 faucet accounts available, FOMO kicks in, creating excitement and growth and possibility. So that's interesting, right? That's where it starts to kind of get a little bit of an interesting concept. Technically, when you have like some sort of interest or some sort of, like, let's say, node or faucet that you're putting your money into, right? If you have unlimited amount of those faucets that you can create, that's where you start to have a kind of a I guess I don't really know how to put it. You kind of look at it and you go, all right, we need this much in order, and we have to kind of decrease the rewards because we have this many faucets that are open, right? So if you have 10,000 faucets, you would need a certain level of rewards in order to keep it sustainable. However, if you have 5,000 faucets and it stays at 5,000, and you have people that are buying and selling it on the marketplace rather than just creating a brand new faucet that's there, instead of 5,000, it's now 5,001 and 10,000 and 20,000. That's where the rewards cannot be sustainable. And this kind of creates a little bit more sustainability there than what you would see with creating an unlimited amount of faucets, right? So that's something that's interesting. Now, do I still have skepticism about it? Yes, I still have skepticism about it because you don't know exactly if all of those faucets are going to be used, how much they're going to be trading for. Are we going to see the faucets trade for a higher price than what it's actually worth there, just to be able to have it and house your or be able to collect that drip, right? So it's definitely an interesting concept. Again, very interesting, but still have skepticism as you get into it. And maybe if you're like, all right, well, it's only costing me 10 PDrip, whatever that PDrip cost, it's costing me 10 PDrip to get it in there. And as I have that 10, it can now produce this much in return, right? Which would be fantastic for that person. Or you can compound it and be able to gain more that's there. So that's one aspect of it. Now you also have the Garden, right? Pulse Garden is a platform that offers daily returns on your deposits up to 300%. Here's how. You can earn 1.5% daily on your deposits up to the total of 300% returns. When you deposit tokens, you get a 1-to-1 ratio, which means that you get back what you put in. Your principal is permanently locked. However, you'll begin to receive an ROI and profits through claiming available rewards. Uh, there, there's a 10% tax on all deposits paid by contract. 7% goes to buybacks. For PDRIP, 3% goes to referral commissions. When you make claims, there are 10% too. 3% buybacks on PDRIP, 7% to rewards, to the rewards pool. If you compound your earnings, there's a 5% tax on it. It goes to the rewards pool. If you claim once every 24 hours or compound your earnings, no restrictions on deposits. For every 3 compounds you make, 1 claim becomes available. Accumulate your claimable days and use them when you want. So there's a sweet 3% referral bonus on deposits for players who refer others to join, which is, I guess, is another form of you being able to make a little bit more of passive income there, as long as things do hold their value. Now, understanding the value, what's that side of it? So if I go over to CoinMarketCap, we're going to see PDRIP here. Now, some of you may look at this chart and go, this is ridiculous, right? This seeing how high this price has gone and it's dropped, you're probably like, look, this is not the most positive thing in the world. But honestly, it is something that has some form of positivity, and I'll explain why. And remember, this is coming from an unbiased person. Anytime you see a larger run, anytime you see a huge run, which apparently they 30x'd in their launch, which is fantastic. I would love to be a part of a 30x launch. I was a part of a 22x launch, but I would love to be a part of a 30x launch into a project. And what would you do if you turned $1,000 into 30,000? What would you do? Right? It's all about what the regular investor would do. And yes, you would see a sell-off, because as it does hit higher points, people are like, this is at its level, this is at its high, we're done, right? It gets to its high point. If we look at it in the last, I guess, all-time high, all-time low, it got to a high of $65, started at like $2.50 or so is where it started. So seeing that level to where it basically hit, a 30x return on your investment is absolutely insane. It's amazing for everyone involved. Now, as you do see that happen, it starts to tank. The good thing is, though, it didn't tank all the way down to the lowest price point, which was $2.76. Apparently, from the beginning, what they established was they learned from other scenarios, other issues that you have, other pre-launches, where if you have more freedom, that freedom gets taken advantage of and people decide to absolutely collapse it once it does hit a high price. However, if you have a certain amount that it's mandatory to stake or to add to the faucet, then you don't really have, it's kind of like what you see with CRO, right? CRO has a ton of strength within it, and the strength comes from the amount that's staked. That's basically what you're seeing here with the amount that's held and saying, look, we have to have this in here while you're gaining your rewards. It's always a great thing, but you can't see this come down to the absolute lowest price. So it still is already at like a, 10x, 5x, whatever X return, right? You're seeing a return from that lower level, even though some people probably invested at maybe a higher level at like $30. That's on them for seeing that opportunity or seeing that as an opportunity. Anytime I see a larger growth like that, I stay away. Like I'm not going to get into something that's up, 10,000% or up even 100%. That's just my strategy. But either way, right now, over this long term, over this 3 months, you're seeing that this has sustainability around $15 and has a floor, I guess, a floor price of around that $12, $11, $12 mark. So that's good to see, right? Now if you go over to their website, you have PulseDrip. I can provide the website down below, where you have the dashboard to show what the price is, how many faucets are actually being used. Right now, you're only seeing about 927 faucets that are actually being used out of the 5,000. And that's where I start to get maybe a little bit of a concern, right? Because you want to see all 5,000 faucets being used, meaning that there is some hype and popularity within it and continued popularity. At least get up to a level of 3,000 or 4,000. You don't have to max it out completely, but you would hope that there's enough demand to see those faucet counts rise and be able to exchange those faucet counts. But right now, we're not really seeing that. So where I have my concerns is I have my skepticism around the what words am I looking for? The continuation, right? That's not the word, but I'm going to say it. The continuation of the 1% and not really decreasing of that, because of the fact that you're not seeing all of the faucets really being used. But then again, you can look at it and say that they're also not seeing the max rewards that could be paid out there. And it's definitely something that has my interest, but there are a lot of questions that could come from the community to see whether that will be sustainable, whether the price will rise, and understand that this was all done in a bear market. So that's a form of positivity, right? If we look at the pros, we're paid 1% in interest per day. Actually, you know what? Let's do that. We're gonna break down some of these pros. But anyways, let's first start with this, and then we'll go into that as we give my opinion. So we have the faucet here. If you want to go here and you want to do something there and claim, compound things or add things to the faucet, you have your team, right? You have I'm trying to find the garden. You have your garden here. If you want to go into here and stake, right? And apparently there's a lot that's being staked, here. So I've from what I heard, I think I heard that the garden is more popular than the faucet at the moment. So that's pretty interesting. And they also have Aqua Blaze, which is something that is, I believe it's a game. I'm pretty sure that that's what it is. I didn't actually dive into that too much, but let's see. So this is a strategic competition to succeed in this intense game. The key is to maximize your gains. It is quite simple. Grab your tickets early as the game progresses. Ticket prices go up, making it more expensive for those aiming to be the last ticket holder. Whether your goal is to secure the final spot or focus on collecting dividends, it is crucial to snag an affordable ticket as you can. This way, you can consistently earn dividends or secure a bigger slice of 25% fighting purse. So you either pick like I forget what they are, but like fire or aqua and blaze, and those are the two fighters, and you secure your ticket. So that's interesting. That's another concept of getting people involved, keeping engagement as well. But if you want to check out any of this stuff, feel free to check out the links down below. I'll also provide the AMA down below, which does provide a lot of information. And if they want to comment, if PulseDrip has a YouTube channel and they want to comment on anything that I talked about in this video, I will pin their comment. But again, this is an unbiased review. So let me go ahead and just give you my opinion before we end this video. My opinion of this is that we have pros, we have cons. We have the pros where you gain the 1% interest or 1% ROI daily. You have the fact that you have the garden as well where you can stake. As you look at the faucets, you have 5,000 faucets that are available. You have the limited amount of faucets, which does improve the ability to sustain, right, the entire project. That's the word I was looking for earlier, sustain. So you have those pros, and the pros list doesn't end there, but that's all I can think of right now. And then you have the cons, right? You have the skepticism behind the consistent ROI, right? 1% return that you can gain on anything. It's always skepticism, right? You're skeptical when you have 5% return on your bank account, right? You're skeptical when you have 2% return on your bank account. You're like, well, what's the catch? What are you doing here? When in fact, they should probably be giving you that on your bank account every year. An APY, literally 2% on what you're holding in there. Anyways, and how much they gain off your money, I digress, completely different topic. But you have that, right? You have the skepticism that is there, with PulseDrip that comes with that. You also have maybe a limited amount of popularity that you do see within it. So mainly, I guess most of the cons really hover around if it is sustainable, right? Because that's all that matters to you as an investor is it sustainable? So for some reason, I can't think of any of the other cons that I listed. I probably should have wrote them down, but either way, it balances out. And I hope that you guys can make a decision on whether you think that this is a good project, and whether you think that it can survive, because from what we've seen from Drip Network, the Drip Network has survived for 2+ years. Is it in the best state possible? No, but is anything in the market in the best state possible right now? No, it's not. So the fact that you saw growth, the fact that you saw a 30x is interesting to me. But does that mean that it is the best position to invest into? I mean, that's on you guys to decide. So again, I'll provide links down below for PulseDrip for the AMA. And also, if they want to comment, if PulseDrip, if you want to comment and let me know of anything you want to clear up within this video, anything you want to add, I can pin the comment down below as well. But again, it's on you guys. This is not financial advice. I'm not telling you to buy. I'm not telling you to sell. I'm telling you the information behind the scenes that goes with the project. So that's what I have for you guys today. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. See ya.